Well, after the controversy surrounding Jammu and Kashmir students who were suspended and charged with sedition initially, which was later revoked for cheering Pakistan during a cricket match, now it's a private university in Greater Noida that has acted in a similar fashion, expelling 6 students, 4 of whom are from Jammu and Kashmir and 2 from Aligarh, for cheering for Pakistan during the Asia Cup. Ashish Mehrishi is now joining us with more details. Ashish, what are the university authorities saying? What was it that irked the university so much that they had to suspend these students?
Well, Mahan, there is no response as of now from the university. No one is taking calls, being a Sunday as well. But the information is confirmed that 4 students from Jammu and Kashmir and 2 from Aligarh have been suspended by the school, by the authorities of the college. It is Sharda University, which has expelled these 6 students for cheering for Pakistan during a match between India and Pakistan. But it's still unclear whether sedition charges have been levied on them, because last time we saw the way Meerut police had levied sedition charges against these students of Jammu and Kashmir, and there was a huge furore on the issue.
Okay.
So we still don't know whether any sedition charges have been levied. But as far as we know, that 6 students have been expelled from the private university, and this has been for the reason of cheering for Pakistan,
right.
During a match between India and Pakistan.
Okay, Ashish, do stay on with us. We also have with us Mr. Naeem Akhtar joining us on the phone line. Mr. Akhtar, how would you first of all react to another incident of the sort that we saw in Meerut, with this time 6 students having been suspended for cheering for Pakistan?
This is getting more bizarre but more atrocious at the same time. What is happening? It's madness, sheer madness, sending students out of the campus and throwing them out just for cheering a team. I think there's something, one is forced to feel that it's because perhaps of a particular identity of these students, that they are Kashmiri Muslims. Otherwise, if students from or anybody from any other part of the country would have cheered for Afridi or somebody else, it would have gone round as a fashion statement of tolerance. I don't know why this particular tag is being applied to Kashmiris alone. And unfortunately, the Chief Minister the other day, he said
right.
it was all right for the University of Meerut to punish them, but he only said that FIR should not have been lodged against them. He had fully endorsed the university action of expelling the students. That is perhaps what is setting the trend. Within the state also, unfortunately, the youth, Kashmiri youth, are victimized for anything. The dissent here has been criminalized. Now even an expression of appreciation for a particular team, which is called in plain English, which is called sportsman spirit, that is also criminalized. I don't know where the boys would go now. And this is going to send a very wrong signal of insecurity to all the students, and who are in thousands in all parts of the country.
Right, and so we are also getting to know that they have been terminated. Their stay in the hostel has been terminated from this particular university in Greater Noida. Help us understand whether these incidents cause further alienation of the youth of Jammu and Kashmir.
One doesn't need to research that. It is in fact a story of that. The application of double standards in case of Kashmir. Unfortunately, nobody understands, nobody appreciates its import within the valley, within Jammu and Kashmir. And I think this is something that has to be taken head on. Mufti Muhammad Saeed last time went all the way to the Prime Minister and asked him to intervene in Meerut. But if this thing happens on a daily basis, I think it becomes, even for a government to handle, very difficult.
Naeem Akhtar from PDP joining us there. Many thanks, sir, for speaking with us this morning. So 6 students have been asked to leave the hostel in a Greater Noida University after they cheered for Pakistan during Asia Cup match. 4 of them are from Jammu and Kashmir and 2 from Aligarh. Ashish Maharishi has been getting us that story. He's joining us with more details. Ashish, we've already seen that the political class has come out and minced no words in having first condemned the incident in Meerut, after which the sedition charges were revoked against those students. But a similar incident now being reported from Greater Noida University. Are the authorities in the university saying anything more at this point in time?
No, Maha. In fact, there has been no response from the university till now. All this information, all we are getting from the university is that these 6 students have been expelled. But we still don't know, whether the sedition charges have been levied, because, we have seen earlier as well, but there seems to be no learning that, this entire incident got a political color, and it was not supported by, in fact, any of the political parties. It was, in fact, we've seen in Srinagar the way people reacted, especially even Omar Abdullah said very clearly that, this is going to further alienate the people, the students and the youth of Kashmir. There are more than 200 students, studying in this university in Meerut, where they're doing BTech and law. A similar number, is studying in Sharda University as well. And in fact, if such, unprecedented incidents happen, then it is going to certainly send a bad signal to the, the community at large. So certainly, not a very good decision by the university. Okay. But let's see how they react to it. Right. We're going to further get in touch with them.
Right. Ashish, I'll have to interrupt you there for a bit, because we have with us on the phone line Mustafa Kamal of the National Conference. First of all, how would you all like to take up this issue with the University of Greater Noida? 4 students from Jammu and Kashmir have been expelled for cheering for Pakistan in Asia Cup.
Well, are you putting a question to me?
Yes, well, sir. I'm asking you if you, as National Conference, as the government in Jammu and Kashmir, would like to take up this matter with the Greater Noida University, because this comes close on the heels of what happened in Meerut, and we saw outrage across the country, not just in Jammu and Kashmir, for having taken such a strong step against these students who are merely cheering for another country.
Well, this appears to be a fallout of the Meerut incident, and as far as the Meerut incident is concerned, the UP government has taken steps and has allowed the students to come back to the university. Our Chief Minister, Mr. Omar Abdullah, sent an emissary to UP, and where he talked to the Vice Chancellor of the university, talked to all the civil authority there. And ultimately, the issue was diffused, and and the reasons given for that is that the incident was not of a nature that would invite such a strict and such an out of proportion reaction from the government. Similarly, we expect that what has happened in Noida, the authorities there will look at it exactly as what happened to the incident in Meerut. And we'll take steps so that this will have a fallout all over the country. This will discourage. There are so many students studying in many states of the country, and they'll be scared, and many of them might even think of coming back, which will jeopardize their career. And I appeal to the authorities to forgive and forget for this incident. These things happen in matches when emotions run high. I can understand, perhaps they have allowed their emotions to run riot and go wild, and perhaps have hurt the sentiments of the local population, and that is why this reaction. But I think the match is over, and this incident should just as well be forgotten.
All right, Naeem, I'm sorry, Mustafa Kamal, many thanks for speaking with Headlines today this morning. Mustafa Kamal pointing out how the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister had sent an emissary in the first case to Meerut to talk with the authorities over there to find out what exactly had happened. Now, this case, of course, we can clearly distinguish it from the other one, because in this case the university authorities have taken action against the students. They haven't gone to the extent of what the college in Meerut did of slapping sedition charges later on against the students, which was anyway revoked after the massive outrage we saw across the country. But even in this case, many believe that it is rather harsh that these students have been expelled from this Greater Noida University, and they have been asked even to leave the hostel.